If you think back sort of 10 years, people didn't have the ability to film so much. So yeah, there would be a photograph, and then that one photograph would be put in an album somewhere. So the memory would all be attached to this one moment where it was like this still taken. Whereas obviously now people filming, yeah, you've got the ability to buy a very good quality camera built into your phone. So it's quite amazing really. Yeah, someone can come along and film you, that goes on the internet straight away from where they are.
It's extremely important for us, and we've noticed that there's coming a lot more videos now because everybody is holding up their smartphone right now.
My instrument was designed and developed in Switzerland. It came around in the year 2000 after I believe like 25, maybe 30 years worth of research. The first time I saw someone playing the hang was my good friend Chris actually. I saw him in a festival in Lincolnshire, in the Midlands of England. In the daytime I saw him playing African djembe. In that evening I saw him playing the hang drum for the first time. I played his for around about half a year to a year, and then he went off to Australia. And when he went off to Australia, I felt like something was missing. So at that point, I contacted the makers of the hang and asked them to sell me one. They invited me to their workshop, but I had to wait like nearly a year and a half before I could actually go. So it was okay, I had a year and a half to save up the money for it. The first time I performed with the hang on the streets, it was a little bit by accident actually. I jumped off one train in Waterloo in South London, and I had like maybe an hour to kill, like an hour's time before my friend arrived. And then I thought, okay, I'll play. So I took my instrument from the case, and I just gently, not like trying to draw attention to myself, but just playing quietly. So I sat there for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and at the end of that time I looked down and I had, yeah, my bus fare. I kind of realised maybe 1 year after playing the instrument, I mean my life was already shaped around music. I was only working, selling African percussion during the summer, and then during the winter actually I was working as a builder on the construction site. So during that first winter when I had this instrument, my boss actually brought a hammer down on my finger. My finger broke and I couldn't play music. I couldn't play the guitar, I couldn't play djembe for maybe 4 or 5 months. So during those 4 or 5 months I really did some internal balancing, and I basically weighed up inside me what's more valuable, money or my passion. And at that point I quit working on the building site. I realised that my passion was worth more than money.
I know the 16th friend of time and I'm cold. Another day older and a deeper in that. St. Peter, won't you call me, 'cause I can go. I owe my soul to the company store.
De mensen noemen mij Papi Blues. Ik ben een muzikant in hart en nieren. Ik zing en ik speel gitaar. En ik kan het maar niet laten. Ik ben er nu 76, maar ik heb gewerkt tot mijn 67 jaar. Ik werkte in de bouw. En dat betaalde goed, maar op een zeker moment had ik de ziekte van de mensen van de bouw. Mijn knie was kapot en ik kon niet meer werken. Wat moest ik nu doen? Ik had maar een heel klein pensioen, omdat ik altijd zelfstandig geweest ben. Dus ik moest iets doen voor iets bij te verdienen. Wat kon ik? Dat was muziek spelen. En ik pakte mijn gitaar en ik zette mij daar, juist aan de achterkant van de beurs in Brussel. Maar dat was een ramp, want niemand keek naar mij op. Waarom niet? Omdat het niet goed was. De muziek dat ik maakte was niet goed. Maar ik liet mij niet ontmoedigen. En ik schaafde een beetje aan en ik keek naar andere muzikanten die op straat spelen. En ik zeg, tja, ik zal een keer dat proberen. En stilletjes aan begon het te verbeteren.
It started right here in this building at the University of Musicology here, and we just sat at this first party and very drunk and just all these empty bottles on the table, and we just began to experiment with making chords, and yeah.
2 hours later we came down and played Lemon Tree for the crowd, and they went crazy.
Yeah.
So we just thought, we have to do this. We rearrange them for each song, because if you have to play really fast between 2 notes, you have to put them right next to each other. It's not like a piano or guitar, you don't have that range. Like if you have to go from here to there, you're gonna break your teeth.
Yeah.
So they have to be close. We thought about it for a long time, but we didn't really dare doing it, because it's quite a move to make. And we all study musicology, and we consider ourselves serious musicians. But we had to try it, and we did, and it was a great success. And we made quite a lot of money, so we stuck to it after that.
Je gaat nooit heel veel geld verdienen met op straat te spelen. Hè? Dat is juist, hè. De mensen gaan geen biljet van €100 geven. Hè. En laat ons zeggen. Maar erkenning heb je dan zeker. Hè?
Sitting in the morning sun, and I'll be sitting there.
De politie wordt om langzaam strenger. En soms heb ik de indruk dat ze liever zouden hebben dat er niet meer op straat gespeeld wordt. Maar zolang dat ik mag spelen op straat, doe ik het op straat. Misschien zal dat later wel komen dat het niet meer gaat. Hè. Wie weet. De toekomst is onzeker. Hè. De mensen worden om langzaam meer... Er is veel jaloezie. Hè. Surtout van de mensen die een beetje aan lager wal zijn, die zijn dikwijls jaloers op mij hoor. Omdat ik probeer wel te geven. Ik geef allemaal niets. Ik geef misschien op een dag zou ik misschien wel 20 tot 30 euro geven aan de mensen. Een keer 5 euro, een keer 2 euro.
It all depends on the police, actually.
The police is a nemesis.
Yeah.
And the bottle collectors. We have to watch after those. They are after our instruments all the time. But yeah, we got stopped in Barcelona, and the police came and stopped us and took our bottles.
Yeah.
And wanted to give us a huge fine, but they finally agreed to just take our instruments, which are bottles.
Yeah.
So we went out and bought some new bottles, and then we played the next day again.
Yeah, we just bought like 55 Leffe beers and just drank it.
Yeah, that was quite a hard night, but we got through it.
Yeah.
Inside London, if I play in the streets, I'll get fine after fine and I get arrested. Get my stuff taken away from me and just generally looked down upon. So I take it upon myself to travel around Europe and the rest of the world to try and find nice places to perform in public where I don't need to have a license, where I can just basically play in a sort of, how can I put it, in a kind of a loose environment. The things that I leave behind when I travel, obviously my family. I know that my parents are behind me 150% in what I'm doing. They're very proud of what I'm up to. It seems that I've carved my own path, you could say, and I'm definitely on my own journey. One of the big things I did find when I started traveling so much is I go away for 6 months, I come back, and my best friends, they've done almost like nothing different. You know, they've been working the same job maybe 5 days a week, whereas in that time I've been to X amount of countries, slept in X amount of different places, and it's interesting. I don't think I'll ever stop playing in the streets, but for sure I'm beginning to play in the streets a little bit less these days because I'm having so many people book me for other events, like corporate events, weddings and other shows, which is nice because it means when I go to play on the streets I'm playing for my love, not just for money.
Onlangs heb ik uitgenodigd geweest in de studio van Amsterdam, in De Wereld Draait Door. En wel, ik heb dat nu op televisie opgenomen. En dat geeft mij toch een kick. Dat geeft mij iets voor mij dat te zien zitten.
Down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back in the woods among the evergreens. In a little cabin made of earth and wood, leave a country boy named Johnny B. Good. He never ever could read or write so well, but he could play his guitar like a regular bell. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Johnny, go, 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 go. Johnny, go, yeah, yeah. Go, 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 go. Johnny, go, 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 go. Johnny, go. Johnny, go. Giel, die dat verzorgt, die was eraan begonnen. Hij had iets op poten gezet voor muzikanten die op latere leeftijd beginnen spelen, op straat meestal. En hij had van mij gezien op YouTube. And when that feels was what that we could have picked my cotton. Hij heeft publiekelijk in zijn dingen gezegd, wij doen een oproep. Kunt u mij niet zeggen waar Papi Blues woont, hoe dat ik hem kan bereiken? En die mens heeft massale inlichtingen gekregen.
We've been getting jobs all the time, but during the winter time there's no jobs. It's very bad, and when we don't have any jobs we just hit the streets, and then the jobs keep coming again. So no matter what, no matter how famous we get, I think we're still going to go to the streets because it's our best way to promote ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
The kind of gigs we play are very, very different. We played on like a stage which is 1 square foot, and we played on a stage, like huge stages on festivals. So
Yeah.
you do everything, and it's all equally fun, but it's just different.
But we get this really strange jobs sometimes, and we also played like on the Danish festival Skanderborg. We played for Snoop Dogg at backstage somewhere. It's just really fun and really strange to get to play this kind of concerts. But yeah.
So there's a lot of different experiences all the time.
I think one of the big things over the last few years has been the fact that everybody's got their iPhones. There I am sitting on the street, and straight away somebody pulls up the camera, and they're no longer looking at me, they're looking at the camera. They're actually looking at this little thing here, they're actually focusing the camera here, and on the face sometimes there's no emotion. You know, it's like, is it good, is it bad? You don't know. But then you just see them walk away like this. Which is nice in a way, because they obviously see something that they want to take with them. They see something that's like inspiring in some way. I've actually had it before as well, where I was playing my music in the street, and somebody asked me if they could buy my music online. They actually accessed iTunes from their phone, downloaded my music directly to their phone, and they showed me. And that's the first time I've ever seen my music actually downloaded directly to a handset. Yeah. So it's cool. It's almost like I've got the computer's working for me these days. It's quite nice.
Mensen zetten me nu veel, u weet het misschien ook wel, op YouTube. Dat is, ze pakken een camera en ze filmen mij en ze zetten op YouTube. Ik sta misschien wel 100 keer op YouTube. Ja, natuurlijk, ik kan er niet optimaal gebruik van maken. Hè. Ik ken, oudere mensen die hebben niet zo graag die moderne techniek, omdat ze er niets van begrijpen. Ik heb een gsm, maar kan er misschien maar een honderdste van gebruiken. Dus, wat ik zeg tegen de mensen, ik verkoop geen cd's, maar u kunt mij zien op YouTube.
I've been booked at various different weddings and different events through people seeing my videos on YouTube. So it is quite beneficial in many ways, the fact that I'm sitting here right now, but I don't know how many people maybe on the internet listening to my music right now or watching my videos right now. So I think that it's quite good. I can be in many places at the same time. And in that way it's good because I haven't had to look for a record deal, I haven't had to look for radio play, I haven't had to look, well I need one now, but I haven't had to look for a manager who can place me in different places, like product placing. And I've been very free to just live my life and just to be the way I am, which I think is quite important these days.
Light and day is more than you'll say, 'cause all my feelings are more than I can let by or not. It's more than you've got. Just follow.
We played this one song by a Danish singer called Medina.
Nothing left for me to say. There's no more wicked games to play.
And we played this song on the streets, and we were like,
we didn't really like it. We didn't like the way we played it.
We liked the song, but but it was a quite boring arrangement on the bottles. And then we just should we throw it out or what? And then one day you called me, and just something went crazy on the internet.
I got a call from a huge TV network. They said, we want to hire you for this show we're having, because we just saw you. And I was like, saw us where? Like, don't you know there's a huge thing going around Facebook right now with you guys because of this girl Medina? She posted us on her wall on Facebook, and suddenly we had 25,000 hits in one night on YouTube. Yeah. And that's the reason why we're doing shows around Europe now, and we went twice to Hong Kong this summer and this winter because of a video they saw of us on YouTube. So it's extremely important for us, and we've noticed that there's coming a lot more videos now because everybody is holding up their smartphone right now. We started to make videos ourselves, but actually the chances of breaking through with a video is still better when it's a random video, because if it's too well made, if it's too produced, then people won't buy it.
I've got one video now that's had well over 2 million hits, and unfortunately for the first 1.8 million hits at least, my name wasn't attached to the video. So quite handy in the fact that everyone's seeing what I do and it gets out there. A little bit frustrating in the fact that my name hasn't been attached to it and there's no credit due, basically. I mean, if you imagine that anybody who's a composer has their piece of music used, and then that piece of that video gets watched 2 million times, they're going to earn royalties. Unfortunately, I was sat in the street at that time and someone just filmed me, and they didn't even ask what the name of the instrument was, who I was. They just uploaded it to the internet.
Don't go slow. Miss all the things that you need. Your love and heat.
So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the whole sort of fame and fortune is interesting. I'd say there's more fame than fortune. I don't know.
It's a different way to interact these days, because it's not just what you do when you're performing live. It's also it takes some work actually to keep your fans interested all the time, and you have to post videos yourself constantly and add material.
My bones were wrapped around you. My skin was right in front of you.
Natuurlijk is de wereld enorm veranderd, hè. Dat is waar. Laat ons zeggen dat ik uit de boot val. Hè. Dat is wel de goede uitdrukking daarvoor. Ik kan niet mee. Ik kan niet mee, zeggen ze bij ons.
Kin was right